Hi, I'm Dan and welcome to another Elements Developer Diary. Now, in this one, I want to go over some of the new components we've added and some of the changes we've made. There's some really good stuff in here, and hopefully it's starting to give you an idea of how quickly we're iterating on this stuff based on your feedback, and how we're really just getting started here, and we've got a lot of great stuff to come. So first of all, I want to show you how quickly it is to the new section component. It's not new, but we've changed some of the settings in it to make it work better. So I want to go over those first, and then we'll look at the new image and text component, and which will allow you to do layouts like this really quickly. So let's go. I've got a blank page here. Let's go and look at how quick you can put together a banner. So I drop in a section, and sections are really versatile and really good to use. Now let's set the height to screen. So that gives us a full screen backdrop there, and I can change the color and make that whatever I want. And I just wanted to show you something here, how this works. If I drop in a paragraph, you see it runs to the edge. And previously, we would have to drop in a container and then put the text inside the container. And that gives us, it starts making things more complex. But now, let me take that out. And I don't want this running full width. So what I can do now, if I select the section, I can just tell it, rather than being full width, go to the container widths. And obviously these container widths are defined here, and in the theme studio you can set these up in the screens area, the responsive breakpoints, and that's what the container follows. So that's pretty cool. So let's make this into a banner. I want an image here, and I just drop in an image, boom, and then I'm going to want some a heading. Drop in a heading text. Let's make that white so I can see it. We'll put it in the middle. Let's make it bigger. Going to override the settings because I want a chunky font. Coffee is good. That would be the name of my cafe. And let's do uppercase. Boom. And it's as easy as that to do a banner, essentially, and we can go further. We can easily do a little overlay. We can overlay a color here. As you can see, I can pick a color like a tint, and you could easily change that, but we don't want that. Or you can blur it like this, which is very nice. So I could blur that a little bit. And on my text, I could take the opacity down on my text if I wanted, put a gradient on it, lots of things there. And the height, rather than it being screen, I could change the height to whatever I wanted, so 750 px. Now any CSS value is valid in here, so you could do something like a percent, like the vertical height of the screen, things like that. So it's really flexible and really easy to use, and I can see it while working on it, which is amazing. So there we go. So that's how quick it is to do that. And the new feature on the section for the container, and I can set the alignment as well. And this spacing here is to set an offset. And I've got all the other stuff like paddings, margins. It's all really easy to use. And so that is how I would build a banner for my site. Really, really quick stuff. Right, now let's go back home, and I wanted to show you the new image and text component we're working on. Now this icon isn't finished because it's exactly the same as the media object that we demoed last week or the other week, but that gave us these little bits here. These are perfectly suited to kind of this layout, but this image and text is better for these bigger layouts. So what I thought, let's do another section, and I'll just rebuild one of these so you can see how you would put it together. So I've dropped in my section. I'm going to add a little bit of padding because I like a bit of space to work with, and we can always adjust this later. And I know I want my background black, so I'm going to go to background and go to black. and set it there. Or actually, let's set it to a different color just so we can see, you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to set it to a rather nice green there. And now let's drop in our image and text. So already it's given us the basic layout, and we just want to override this. So if I hadn't have given this a background, then it kind of defaults. This has got a background, but we don't need it because I'm using the wrapper on here. I'm using the section. So I'm going to get rid of the background white color, and we're going to drop in an image, which I've got some graphics here. Let's drop in that one. And you can see below, we'll just put photos in there. So now we want to customize this because I could change the layout. So if we want the text to appear below it, we can do that, or beside. And then we can change the alignment of things. So I can do that, and you can see this will change the image. So all really flexible, and I wouldn't have had to put this in a section because we have the same full width and container options here. But I think it's just a habit of mine. I like to put things in sections to give that padding around it and a bit more control, but you wouldn't have needed to do that. So you could have just dropped this straight into your site like that. So it's really, these components are built to be really easy to use and flexible. So let's drop that back in there. And I want to change the fonts in here. So I could pick a bigger style for the heading. So there we go, you can see, and I can easily change the color, or from something from my theme that we've set up previously. And I'll make this larger, you know, and we could have written in there, and I can adjust that. So that's looking pretty good. And we can obviously change the percentage of how much the image takes up. So you can see here in this one below, this image is taking up more space. So I can move this along. And it can take up full, and that's, you'd obviously want to put your text underneath it if you were doing that. But this element is really flexible. So rather than you having to build a grid or a flex box to do this very common task, because this is, I'm not going to say you want to do it on every website, but so many websites are built this way where you want that kind of image and some text. And so by building these for you, you can quickly, well, you can build up sites faster than ever before. And we can obviously switch this over so the placement's that way around. Yeah, it's just so, and then the text at the top here, it's just really, really flexible, this stuff. So you can have a play around and get the layout you want. Let's do that. So there we are. Yeah, so let's set that to black so it matches the rest. Oh, and we'll change the text. Kind of want a white heading there and white there, but I could knock it back a little bit. I'll pick one of these to knock it back. There we are. Let's switch the side. So there we go. So that is the new image and text component that you'll be able to play around with in the latest beta. We think this is a really nice way to build sites. Essentially, it just makes it really easy. Like the ones I have set up here, you'll notice they're green, and that's because I turned them into global, so that when I changed the font styles and things like that, they all changed. So let's, if I delete this one and drop in my global one I created earlier, what I can do is I can break the link on the image, and I could drop in a new image there, and break the link on the text. So that's a Sandy image. There we are. So I've overrode those, but it means that when I come to change my text color, you can see they're all changing there. So yeah, if I change it to purple, boom, you can see they've all changed to purple. So the globals are really good for consistency, just great for keeping that consistency. And if I wanted to change the size of the image there, you can see it's done that on all of them. Oops, boom. It's done that on every box there. Yeah, so it's or if I want to change the layout, it's done that as well. So it's really, well, it just makes building up these blocks of content a breeze. So lots of changes in these latest betas, lots of stuff going on. I haven't covered everything, but hopefully that shows you what good stuff we are adding, and this is all based on your feedback. So thanks for watching this. Let me know what you think of this new component and the kind of direction we're taking things, because you can obviously, if you want this layout, you can still build it with these core components, the more advanced ones. But for general users and users just beginning building websites, they need something easy to drop in and get this layout that they want. So that's where we're going with those. Yeah, let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Bye.